the hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shout
for
out to
hate.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
Okay, and by the way, it is official. I forgot to announce this. As of Wednesday night, some of you should be getting diamond crowns in the chat. That is correct. Finally, people have hit their 3-year anniversaries as members here on DSP Gaming. I think I saw Hank earlier showed it off. I know for a fact 672 had his. Okay. I think it's 35 to 40 different people who are going to hit that milestone this month. And then actually next month, there should be like another 30 or 40. So you're going to see some people hitting their diamond crowns very, very soon. Okay. Yeah, 3 years. That's right. It's been 3 years since I ditched Twitch. That's right. I ditched Twitch. They treated me like dirt. I had enough of their crap. The straw that broke the camel's back was when they actually suspended my stream midstream and claimed that I said something racist. I responded, I did not. You are completely stupid and you better fix this now. They reviewed it and said, oh yeah, you never did. Sorry about that. And then they just suspended me. And I said, you know what? I'm never going back. There's no point. I'm not going to be on a business that literally will just suspend me before they review something. Like, they actually suspended my channel without evidence that I did anything wrong. Then when they reviewed it, said, oh, you didn't do anything wrong, and removed it. And they actually apologized, too, in their message. Like, oh, we're so sorry we did that. No, there's no apologies for that. This is a fucking business that I operate to make a life for myself and my family. This is how I support my family. And you're going to take away my ability to work because you're unprofessional? No, you're not. I'm gone. And I left, and I never went back. So that is that. I've had enough of that crap. So I'm not going back. Spawn Killer, 36 months, you did it. Spawn Killer earned his diamond crown. He says, can't believe it's been 3 years since you left Twitch. You can't? I mean, do you want me to be honest? Like, it's been a long time now. I don't even think about the Twitch days anymore. Like, I actually much prefer the YouTube stuff now. Really, honestly, I really do. I think this YouTube time, the last 3 years, has been much more meaningful than any of the time I was at Twitch. There's just a lot. It's a lot more personal over here. We can have better streams, in my opinion. A little more controllable of an environment. There's a lot of nonsense and bullshit going on like there is on Twitch usually. I'm happy to be at a place where it's about the kind of content I want to put out and not agendas and nonsense like that site tends to be. I'm just having a better time over here, honestly. And I look forward to many, many, many more years being a full-time YouTuber. So, to hell with Twitch. I miss them not in the least. The thing is, here's the thing. A lot of people say they want to be on Twitch because they feel like there's more discoverability and stuff. I don't think that ever benefited me. I couldn't tell you once that on Twitch, like, I was playing a big hot game on day one and I got more viewers because of it and it benefited me in any way. Like, viewers don't equate to anything at all. It's about people who like the content they're watching and want to support it because they like it. It's not about just raw views. You know what I'm saying? And on Twitch, that's basically what you get. You get raw views, but you don't get anything meaningful out of that. So big deal that my average viewers on Twitch, there were more of them. It didn't equate to anything that benefited me. So why do I care? And the truth is, I don't. You know, like, maybe some people just are all about the views, the popularity. I don't give a shit about that at all. I just want people to be here who enjoy my stuff and hang out and like it. So, oh, I like it so much, maybe I'll support it because I want to see it continue, right? That's way more important. And honestly, kind of having a smaller audience like I do, a few hundred people a stream, allows us to talk, allows us to hang out and have fun together in a way that when you're on Twitch and you're getting, you know, 700 to 1,000 viewers for a new game, but none of them are there for anything meaningful. They're just there to dick around, do memes in the chat, and be stupid. Like, what's the point of that? What the fuck do I care about that? Right? Right? It's kind of like I've told you guys, for me, at the stage I am in my career as a content creator, I don't care about popularity. I really don't. I'm not looking at views on my streams. I just want to hang out with you guys and have a good time, and if we do, and I can make a living doing it, that's all I care about. I'm not looking to blow up. I'm not looking to hit a trend and fucking go viral. Like, is it nice that part 1 of this playthrough actually hit the YouTube algorithm and it has 33,000 views on it when most of my videos can barely get a few thousand? Yeah, it's nice, but it's not necessary. It's cool that it might happen every once in a while, but it's not a big deal, right? There's so many people out there that are just chasing the trend of, I need to be popular, I need to hit the viral meme and shit. Like, what the fuck? Why? You realize that's not the key to success. There's a reason why I'm here after 16 years still making a living doing it, and tons of others aren't, or they're struggling, right? It's like you don't always have to be at the top of the game of everything. Just have a community that likes you for who you are and wants to hang out, and you're good. I don't know why people don't understand that. I just feel like a lot of people got into it for the wrong reasons. You know, I got into YouTube because it was a hobby for me. I still had a job, and I wasn't planning on ever making a living doing this. I think so many people just go into it now with the mentality that I want to be an influencer. I want to be a streamer. I just want to do this for my job, right? And I just think it's such a bad mentality to have. Find your audience first, then decide if this is something you want to do, if it's viable. Don't go into it with the idea that this is going to be a business that you're going to run and then, oh man, I got to do the grind. Oh no, I have to do the meme. I have to do this. No, you don't. Right? No, you don't at all. I just don't get that. So, anyway, all right, let's go back to Cambridge Station and trade this in, and then we don't. No, but anyway, I totally feel that basically what I've done here on YouTube in the last 3 years has been so much more fun and controllable and interesting, as opposed to on Twitch. Half the time when I was on there, it felt like everything was out of my control, right? A bunch of trolls would flood in, can't do anything about it. Fucking bullshit happening where they're saying I'm doing things on my stream I'm not doing.
Hey there.
It's just good to be able to be here and be myself and enjoy your guys' company and not have to worry about bullshit all the time. YouTube feels like a safer space than Twitch. It's not necessarily safer, it's just more professional. Like on YouTube, right? Just because some asshole says something bad about me doesn't mean that YouTube shuts down my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're way more professional about it. On Twitch, I seriously could not believe they shut down my whole fucking stream, claiming that I said something that I never said, and then when they investigated it later in the day, they realized I never said it, and then they apologized. It's like, that's not how you run your business, dude. Sarah says, if they're watching your older content, I understand why Twitch felt they couldn't partner with you, but it wasn't fair or right how they treated you. If you're talking about my really old content, here's the reason why that makes no sense. They partnered me for like 7-8 years. You understand that, right? Like when I started streaming in 2013, as soon as the partner program was available, they partnered me. And I did all those things that everyone today deems awful before then. So how was I part of their fucking partner program all those years, and then all of a sudden they determine that I'm not good for their partner program? Which is exactly... Oh, no, not again. Oh, I did it again. Which is exactly what happened with Teespring and with all these other businesses too. Teespring sought me out. I wasn't even looking to do merch, and Teespring sought me out and said, we want to open a store for you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they made merch for me and everything. They knew who I was, right? They partnered with me for years, only for years later to say, oh, we don't like you anymore. We don't want you to, make merch. Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? How does it even make sense? All right, so basically what they're saying is, what you did back in the day at first was completely acceptable and fine. But as cultural ideas changed over time, it's no longer acceptable per our current cultural standards. And therefore, now we're going to punish you as if you just did something wrong today. Even though you've long changed and don't do those things that we deem aren't good anymore, we're just going to act like you still do anyway and punish you for it today. Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense at all. To this day, I still get people asking me, will I do merch? It's like, I'm not going to bother with it until I finally find a company that will outright tell me they're not going to shut down my store because a couple trolls complained. You know? I'm not going to waste time with it. I don't want to waste everyone's time. That's a waste of my time and your time and everybody's time to be dicking around with that just for them to be stupid and bend over for a bunch of dumb trolls. Felix the Maid says there's a Twitch streamer called Hassan. He's a racist grifter. He gets a free pass on Twitch, and he's allowed to be on the site to this day. First of all, we have to clarify. I'm not banned from Twitch. I never was. Right now, I could stream on there if I wanted, but I can't get any of the benefits of the partner program. So I can't run ads. I can't get subscriptions. I can't do any of the things that would make money, right? If I were to stream on Twitch, I literally would be reliant on tips and or people supporting me in other outside ways like Patreon. That's it. So do I really want to do that, right? And then on top of that, they're just incredibly unprofessional and could ban you at a moment's notice for no reason just to have to undo their mistake later, and I don't want to deal with that. I want a business where I can just work every day consistently. I don't have to worry about being shut down from a bunch of fucking idiots. So that's why I don't want to go back there. But here's the deal, all right? I am sadly not in one of these groups of people that will continuously be protected and get more chances. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. You know, if I were a different person, maybe I would. Maybe if I were a woman, maybe if I were a certain race, ethnicity, gender, who knows, right? I don't know. But I know that being who I am not getting any protections whatsoever, and I basically get the short end of the stick when it comes to that kind of shit. So if a bunch of people complain about me, I'm done. There's nothing I can do. Oh, they complain. Is it legit complaints, though? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if they're legit or not. I'm the one who gets treated like shit. So, okay. So because a bunch of people complain, you don't even verify the complaints, I'm going to get treated like shit. But, you know, sorry that I'm not protected like other people, right? So I can be abused for over a decade. Everyone can just lie about me, slander me on YouTube, slander me on Twitch. It's all fine. But how many other people that happens, they complain and then they get protected, right? Or it gets taken care of. But not me. I get ignored. So is that fair? Of course it's not. But that's life. That's just what I got to put up with. It's been like that my whole life too, you know? So it's just life and I deal with it, right? But that's what I mean. Like, why would I want to be at a site that's going to treat me like that? So let me get this straight. If I weren't a straight white guy, right, making content, you would treat me differently? You would treat me better? Is that not prejudice? Is that not bigotry? So why would I want to be on your site then? Right?
Sweet.
There's outright cases of people who are constantly making content way worse than mine, saying and doing things way worse than anything I ever did. Even back in the day, the shit that I used to do over a decade ago, that I don't do anymore, things that they do today are far worse than what I did back then. But they're okay. But I can't be in the Twitch Partner Program, right? So how does that make any fucking sense? So why do I want to be on that site where I'm literally being discriminated against? Which isn't exactly what it is, but Twitch won't admit that. Because again, remember, when you ask, I want explanation, I want justification for what you're saying or doing against me, they say we don't have to provide that. Legally, we don't have to. We can do whatever we want. That's what they say. Why did I leave YouTube and go back to Twitch in 2017? So, for those who don't know the history, since we're hanging out and just talking today while I do random stuff in Fallout, originally I was just a YouTuber and I didn't live stream. But when I started live streaming in 2013, I was doing it on YouTube and people convinced me to go to Twitch. They said, no, you should go to Twitch because Twitch is the place for live streamers. Like, that's where people go for live streams. And if you're only doing it on YouTube, you're really, like, limiting your audience. So I was like, okay, well, all right, if we're going to do that, let's do it. And I did. I went over to Twitch. And I did Twitch for, what, like a year or two, I want to say. And eventually I left Twitch, but it was like 2014 or... He just jumped into the wall, by the way. He's gone. I left Twitch around like 2014, 2015. I can't remember exactly when, but I know exactly why. So I was streaming on Twitch, and I was streaming Assassin's Creed. And the game looked absolutely awful with the bitrate limitations that Twitch made you stream at. They had you stream at such a low bitrate that the game looked blurry, like really pixelated and blurry. And I said to my audience, you know, this looks awful. I don't see how this is acceptable. And everyone was like, no, everyone else streams at a higher bitrate than you. You're like the one person who abides by the rules. Everyone else just does whatever they want. And I was like, you're sure? And they're like, yeah, go ahead, check out so-and-so. And I did. I checked out like 2 or 3 other bigger streamers than me. And you could see their bitrate right on their streams. It was way higher than what Twitch supposedly allowed. So I said, all right, I'm going to change my bitrate. And I did. I started streaming at a much higher bitrate. All of a sudden, in the middle of my Assassin's Creed playthrough one day, this was, you know, while doing it, a moderator for Twitch comes in and says, oh, we're requiring you now to lower your bitrate. We found out you're streaming higher than the bitrate that we allow. And if you don't do that, we're just going to ban you from the site. And I was like, what? But right now, there's other people I could find right now who are streaming at a higher bit rate than me, and you're not saying anything to them. And they said, well, this isn't about them. It's about you. So you have to do what we're saying and comply, or else we're going to ban you. So you want to know what I did? I shut down my stream, and I left, and I started streaming on YouTube again. And I said, you're not going to threaten me. I'm not going to put up with your crap. I'm out of here. So I streamed on YouTube from like 2015, 2016, like up to early 2016. And in late 2016, early 2017, you started to see the writing on the wall that the adpocalypse was coming on YouTube and stuff like that. And people convinced me to start streaming on Twitch again. And it just so happens, it was February 2017 is when the adpocalypse happened on YouTube. So ad revenue plummeted. And I was like, I'm going to have to basically do full-time streaming in order to make a living now. And so people were convincing me, listen, you've got to go to Twitch because they now have paid subscriptions. You know, bits, super chats, or whatever. They're not called super chats over there. They were just bits or whatever. You will make money streaming on Twitch while you will not make money streaming on YouTube. And it was true. YouTube didn't have those ways to monetize yet. So I said, all right. And people convinced me that also Twitch had increased their bitrate, which they had. So I went over to Twitch and I started streaming there from 2017 to 2021. So 4 years I streamed. No complaints, no issues, nothing. Absolutely no indication I'd ever done anything wrong, right? No punishment. I didn't have 2 strikes against me. Nothing. So I went over there and I built up a big following. I had literally hundreds of subscribers and everyone was enjoying. And then they kicked me out of the partner program one day with literal no explanation or justification, just saying something like hate speech or something. I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course, I did find out later from someone who basically was a whistleblower who worked at Twitch and wanted me to know that, yes, it was my haters had put together a big package of hateful material about me, highlighting things I had said in like 2010. You know, we're talking over a decade before. And they had sent this to Twitch, Teespring, streaming services, and other things, and basically said, don't work with this guy. Look, he's a bigot. He's a sexist. He's a racist. And Twitch is so stupid because they had a change of management, and, oh, they were becoming more liberal. Oh, my God. Even though this guy's been a partner on our site for 7-8 years, we got to remove him now. Like, what? Now, you knew about this. This all existed back then. And now I've changed for the better, making better content, being a better person. Now you punish me for things I did over a decade ago. And that's when I said I'm out of there and I never went back. But initially, that's why I went back to Twitch, because people convinced me, hey, you can make money over there. They improved their bitrate, and now they have paid subscriptions, super chats. And I was like, oh, so now I can make a living streaming rather than being a YouTuber. I guess I'm going to have to do that, and that's when I did that. So, there you go. Okay. Sarah says, we really need to get you a gaming PC. It's painful watching you play this version. Well, sadly, it's just not really in the cards unless I need it. You know, like, so many other more important things going on in my life. Every time that looks like I'm getting ahead, I'll have some money saved up. It gets blown on something stupid that's not planned. Thankfully, you know, in the last few years, it hasn't been so bad financially that I've been able to afford the things that have come up. Because there's been times when I just couldn't. You know, and now I can, and that's a good thing. But it just makes it so that it's not in the cards for me to be able to like blow money on new equipment and stuff. That's not absolutely necessary. But eventually I'm gonna have to upgrade. It did it again, by the way. Eventually I'm gonna have to upgrade. I mean, there's just no way around it, right? In a scenario of me streaming elsewhere, would I still upload to YouTube? I mean, YouTube is always gonna be my archive for videos, right? Like, why wouldn't I use YouTube as my... What is that fucking noise? God damn. Yes, YouTube would always be my archive.
These contributions are mandatory. To Big B helps me more than anything.